Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. After I used the AirPods Pro 3 for a week, I come back to this video to give you my final thought. The question is, should you get the AirPods Pro 3? Yes. Second one is, if you already own a pair of AirPods Pro 2, should you upgrade it to AirPods Pro 3? Maybe. If you are looking for a pair of good ANC noise cancelling headphone or earphone, AirPods Pro 3 is definitely gonna fulfill the purpose because Apple says it had twice as better noise cancelling than AirPods Pro 2. I can confirm that, yes. I don't know if it's twice or 3 times, but it's much better than AirPods Pro 2. The environment I was using during this week was in underground, because early in the morning when I get out of my apartment, I get into the underground station, get into the train, immediately I realize the noise cancelling quality is very good. It makes the environment very quiet, especially all the ambient sound inside the train when the train is moving. AirPods Pro 3 can cancel, let's say, 90% of all this kind of ambient sound. For AirPods Pro 2, no. Even though for the first day I use it, I think back in 3 years ago, the noise cancelling is good, but I was having a thought is that it? Is that what Apple's can do? But now, since the AirPods Pro 3, the first time I use it, it was, wow, this is good. But don't get me wrong, if you're sitting on a train, the person next to you talking to the phone or talking to somebody, none of this can do their job. You can still hear them, unless you turn the music on. If you turn the music on, yeah, they can block everything. Because when I was sitting in the train, I normally will listen to a podcast. This will still have the people's chatting coming through, but this, you can just block everything. Is that good? So in terms of noise cancelling, yes, definitely update to AirPods Pro 3. But there's another problem, is the ear tips. I said it in my last video. When I was using the IEM, the ear tips, the size I use is large. But for AirPods Pro 2, the size I'm using is small. I can use a medium and a large, but it won't feel comfortable. Same story for AirPods Pro 3. At the very beginning, I was using medium because large feels very uncomfortable. I was using medium was alright. It can fit into my ear canal, but after 2 days, it started to hurt. So I switched back to small. And because of the new design, AirPods Pro 3 can went into your ear canal deeper than AirPods Pro 2. But the ear tips size-wise, I'm still sticking to small. And when I choose small, that is a compromise. It's a compromise of the sound quality, because it feels comfortable. Don't get me wrong, it feels comfortable. Size medium, not really. Size small, it feels comfortable. It feels deep into your ear canal. Problem is, I will have like a funny click noise from my left ear. Yep, only the left, not on the right. So when you walk, you can hear the very weak of click sound. It's the noise where your earpiece and your ear is kind of like a rumbling inside. So it happens. Not on the AirPods Pro 2 though. That is my only complaint about the air tips size. So put this back. Next one I would like to talk about is the sound quality. Apple also said the sound quality is better than AirPods Pro 2. Also, there are some videos on YouTube. The host can identify, oh, the bass is better, the highs is better, this and that. But to me, I will come down to a point where Bluetooth headphone is not going to sound dramatically different. The last pair I got is the Bauer & Wilkins PI7 version 1. And that was a very good headphone in terms of bass. The bass response for PI7 was very good. However, the connection is a bit of an issue. I lost connection all the time. So that's when I went for AirPods Pro 2. We're talking about 3 years ago. But now AirPods Pro 3, I don't know. Yeah, it might be slightly better, but it's not a huge difference. Be honest with you, I remember when I purchased wire headphone, wired with wire. Yep. Each pair can be a huge difference. For example, if you go for field is have their own style, and then when you go for something like campfire audio, you can tell the personality is different. But with Bluetooth headphone, yeah, they are different, but just slightly. You're not gonna expecting a huge difference between two brands, and let's not even mention same brand. So sound quality, yeah, it might be slightly better, but imagine you sitting in a train and the underground or any open environment, you are not really enjoying your music. You are really 80% just listen to the content, and you can't focusing on the bass or the vocals or anything like that. If you guys want to choose a headphone like I did back in years ago, the only benchmark I was using to compare headphone is the sound quality. I don't care how ridiculous they look. I don't care the battery life and this and that. The only thing I would focus is sound quality. If you are that kind of person like me, I would suggest you to go for something like this. Get a dongle, get a deck, and get a pair of wired headphone. This is something you can actually enjoy and appreciate in terms of sound quality. However, don't get me wrong, this is for my next video. I will talk about some of the wired headphone, but not today. Today I will focusing on AirPods Pros. So the sound quality, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's more into convenience. People might think, oh, so why do you want to go for like an upgrade for AirPods Pro 3? First of all, this is the first generation of AirPods Pro 2, the one with Lightning port, not the Type-C. So when I'm going to my office, going to work, I need to have two cables. One is Type-C for my iPhone. Second one is Lightning for my AirPods Pro 2. And the days for me to carry a wired headphone, that and get into the underground with people shifting around. I'm worried about my cables, my dongles, and everything. The days for me for those days are gone. Now, Bluetooth headphone they're much better in terms of convenience. Imagine you can wear this the whole day. Well, if it's not going to hurt your ear canal, you can have them for a whole day. The battery life is good enough now for AirPods Pro 3. Even though the AirPods Pro 2, they're not bad. You can have them. I have them like, 6-7 hours a day. I've averaged them. I wear them when I got out of my apartment early in the morning, into the train station, into the underground, come up to my office. I will listen to music, podcast, and sometimes watch some videos and have conference meeting. That's very important, and it's very convenient. Even though I've have in my AirPods Pro 3, I have them the same story. I have them for like 6-7 hours a day. Even though evening when I go into bed, I want to listen to some podcast, watch some YouTube videos. I just wear them, and they're small. The case are small. I just put them next to my pillow. So put one into one of my ear, and then listen to podcast. When I'm tired, I take it out, put it into the case. It charges itself. Next morning, grab this case, go out to work again. It's lovely. It's good. It helps your day to be more smooth. And with a wire headphone, like this IM here, only does is it gives you a very good sound quality. And sorry AW, but this particular pair, I can only wear them for like 1 hour. But after that, it started to hurt my ear pretty bad. But sound quality is good enough. I talk about this in my next video. So, final thought, final audit. Should you go for AirPods Pro 3? Yes, go for it. They're good. Apple does it again. In fact, I was watching some forum. People says, for the recent 10 years, the only good product Apple present is AirPods Pro or AirPod. So should you go for it? Yes. The sound quality, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong. You have a pair of AirPods Pro 3. You have your iPhone. Apple Music now can play up to 24 bits. Oh no, hold on. I think that is only for wired headphone. But anyway, it's not bad. And the noise cancelling, it makes you calm in a noisy environment. Oh, also, I didn't mention the call quality. Sorry about that. Since AirPods Pro 2, the call quality is the best. They extended to AirPods Pro 3. Apart from a windy environment, for example, if you wear them in a quite windy day and you try to talk on the phone or conference call, they're not as good as some others noise cancelling headphone. Some say both still holding a very good call quality in windy environment. I didn't try that, I don't know. But for this particular case, AirPods Pro, the call quality is good up to a point. When you have a windy environment, they are not as good. The conversation will be breaking up. So that probably is the only downside. And the sound quality is not bad. It's not bad. With an iPhone, with the convenience, it saves a lot of trouble to cover up the sound quality. So thank you guys for watching. This is my video about the AirPods Pro 2 and 3. And I will come back next time to talk about some wired headphones. Thank you, and please subscribe. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.